everyone and welcome to day 2 of Vlogmas. Editing Natalia here. Just wanted to pop in and apologise for how late day 2 is. This should have gone up on Monday, however I haven't had time to finish editing this on time, so it's going up today, the 6th. Sorry. But life gets in the way. It's been a hectic couple of days getting back into uni after doing internship for 3 weeks and recouping from that and trying to maintain somewhat of a healthy routine. But yeah, anyway, enough with the rambling. This is long enough. Let's get into the video. So I started by taking the garland I'd used last year and the previous year and dismantling it, which might seem a bit pointless, but my idea was both to have more control over where the branches would go by creating little groups of 2 and 3, and also reducing the amount of space this thing would occupy, because the big fat wire occupies a lot. But yeah, as I said, I created little groups of 2 and 3 little branches, the odd 4 group, to just be able to scatter around in between my books, in between the little figures that I've got, and the Funkos, for it just to look a little bit bushy, I suppose, but it not look so overcrowded like it did last year. I liked last year's setup, it looked really cute, but it was a bit much looking back at it, and now this is a bit less much. So this is how the top shelf looks without any lights or baubles, but as you can see, this is the idea I was going for, a bit less crowded, but still with the everything's in the middle of a Christmas tree type vibe, but yeah, and then I moved on to do the bottom shelf. Then I thought about doing little wreaths for my wardrobe doors, because there's 3 and it would look cute and even, but I didn't know how to until finishing both shelves and realizing that I had extra branches and going, how can I use these? So I just twisted them together in a way that it would kind of resemble a circle as best as possible, and then made them more plush with extra branches going around. You can see here that I was having trouble thinking about how to place this branch to make it look funny. This one ended up having 2 little horns that I had to then tuck away because I didn't realize how bad that was going to look. Anyway, it was funny, and it looks really cute in the end result, so now, my itsy bitsy tiny mini Christmas tree. I was worried about this Christmas tree because we have 3 cats now because my mum moved back, so I was worried that this tree wasn't gonna last very long. So far, so good. It's lasted 2 weeks now, so and then I finally found my baubles. I forgot that they were in my wardrobe, so a couple of days went by from the first few clips to here. Oh well. And yeah, I just decided to put some of the baubles in amongst the foliage that I had placed. Now, finally, we're adding the lights. What I've done is take just one normal tree set of fairy lights. I already had these from back in the studio that I would have at the backdrop of the original streams. If you've been here long enough, you will know. but I decided just to intertwine the lights around the bottom bit of the top shelf first, and then go back on myself, but through the top bit, which you'll see in a minute, and then loop the lights down to the bottom shelf, so that the bottom shelf would have some lights as well. And it turned out perfectly in terms of length, and I think it looks quite cute. So I'm really happy with how the lights turned out. Now, back to my Christmas tree. I didn't know how I was going to do my Christmas tree this year. And I was trying to come up with new ideas on how to make it different, but I just went with the same thing I did last year. So I just wrapped my green garland around it, because it's such a tiny and quite sparse tree that if you don't do that, it kind of looks sad. It just looks very bare. So I do that to fill it in a bit more so it looks more bulky. And then I took the itsy bitsy tiny red and white baubles I got in Tiger a few years ago, which I think they're selling again this year. So if you want them, they're in Tiger. And just hung a few on the tree. Bearing in mind I have 3 cats, so what I tried to do was hang them and then fold the edge of the branch in on itself, so that if they were to play with the baubles, it wouldn't fly away, essentially, like be yeeted across the room. But yeah, so far none of them have been played with. After finishing that, I realised I didn't have lights for the tree, and I really wanted to have lights on the tree. So I put that on hold again, and decided to wrap the purple garland across the top of my monitor, my second screen. But it was too long, so I also wrapped it around the bottom half of my mic. Which you can't really see unless it's folded upwards, like when it usually is when I'm not using it. But hey, more festive, I suppose. But yeah, I just used glue dots to keep the garland, the tinsel, should I say, stuck on the top of the screen. Hopefully they don't damage my screen. They shouldn't. It's just like the silicone dots, so yeah, should be fine. We we finally move on to the little wreaths I made. So I bought these little stick-on hooks in the shop earlier when I went to get the lights for the Christmas tree. I hooked them on to the wardrobe with some little baubles, and I think it looks adorable, so I'm happy with them. So yeah, that's how I got to decorate my room. Here's the tree with all the lights on. I have moved around some of the lights now from back then, but oh well. And that's how the shelves look, with all lit up, and I'm so happy with how it looks this year. It looks so much better than last year. However, I will say that I am looking forward to next year, because hopefully next year we will be in Korea and I'll be able to have a full-size tree. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed how I got to decorate my room. Let me know in the comments below what you would have done differently, any suggestions. And yeah, I will see you in the next video, which should be a vlog, in the next couple days. Bye!